Boxing Day is celebrated on 26th of December every year, a day after Christmas, and it has its origin to the Middle Ages and has evolved over time. Originally, it was a day for charity and giving, with the rich boxing up gifts for the poor and servants, receiving special Christmas boxes from their masters. The day is set aside for the unboxing of the gifts, which has transformed to be a gift among family, friends, and associates. However, today it is a celebration marked by different activities such as relaxation, sports, shopping, among others. This and more will be our focus on Nigeria today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rikaria Clinton. With us in the studio for the conversation is Reverend Canon Smart Sunday Simon. He's a vicar and chaplain, the NTA Chapel of Resurrection, Gariki, Abuja. You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Without much ado, let's just go straight. Today is Boxing Day. You know, quite a lot of persons have different explanations.
Exactly.
So talk to us, what exactly is Boxing Day, and is it really important, and why is it important?
All right, thank you so much. A lot has been said already in your introduction, but just to emphasize 3 or 4 things. Number 1, today the emphasis is on charity, which means love. And that is actually the true meaning and essence of Christmas, because God loved the world and he gave his only begotten son. So the issue of charity is emphasized today. Then the issue of giving, which is also part of Christmas. In God loving the world, he has to give. Then there is issue of family bonding. Today gives us the opportunity as Christians all over the world to spend time with our family members. Yesterday, which was the Christmas day, it was busy, church and all that. Today, it gives families opportunity to sit together, to have kind of bonding, to show love, to share together. And then the unwrapping of the boxes can also be done as we sit and reflect together. Then also, one other very important thing is the fact that Boxing Day gives us the opportunity to actually reflect on the true meaning of Christmas. Now, in reflecting on the true meaning of Christmas, it gives us that opportunity to now show charity, love, and then the burden that I talk about. So these are the 4 things that is emphasized today, even though boxing is not entirely a Christian celebration, but it has become part of the Christian celebration because it is done immediately after Christmas. We have adopted it, fused it into what Christmas is all about, even though the church actually today emphasizes St. Stephen's Day, the first martyr that was killed, which is what is actually today. But Boxing Day, because it's now part of Christmas, tend to overshadow that actual day of St. Stephen's. So, but these are some of the things that is emphasized today.
Okay, having said that, what are some of the misconceptions people have that I know you've had quite some funny, things people say about Boxing Day.
Yeah, so the misconception is basically because it's boxing. It sounds like a sport of fighting. So the misconception would be that it is there for people to box themselves, which is outrightly not so. Also, from the introduction and from the history, we are told that Boxing Day was actually a day when slave masters gave leftover gifts and food to their slaves. You understand? So when you look at that from the origin, then it tends to gives you the misconception that today is a day you're going to share some of your leftover foods and gifts to the less privileged. But it is not so, because when it comes to charity or when it comes to love or giving, you don't have to give people your leftover. You have to give the best. Because if you're giving people your leftover, then the aim of what you are doing has been defeated outrightly.
So even though you said it has its origin, from slave masters giving leftovers to their servants, in the past years.
Yes.
Now, but it has evolved to something else.
Exactly.
In today's world, how impactful has it been? Even though you also mentioned that it wasn't really a Christian celebration per se, but somehow it has been co-opted. Being a day after Christmas. So
Yes.
how impactful has it been?
Sincerely, I would tell you it's been impactful. I say so because if you go to the scripture in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13, it said, now abided faith, hope, and charity. These three, but the greatest is the charity. And charity, like I said, is love. And sincerely, there is no human being that you will show love to that will not appreciate. So over time, as we continue to practice the act of charity and giving, so many lives has been affected. And you should know also that the issue of giving and charity actually start even before the Christmas comes. You will notice that well-meaning individuals, organizations, foundations at this time, once Christmas is approaching, they are setting aside gifts which they will give people. Rice, oil, spaghetti, and so many other things like that they will give. Even though one of this year has witnessed some challenges that comes with it, perhaps because of the challenges of our country, these environments where this act of charity is being done, people have gone there rushing, sometimes for lack of organization, and then there were stampede. But that tells you that at this time, people are giving. People keep giving. And it is during this time you notice that even the family that may not have anything to eat previously, the moment it is Christmas, as we are approaching Christmas and after Christmas, there are gifts given, foods, clothes, and what have you given to people. So it has actually made a lot of impact in Christianity.
Now, how do you think that the spirit of Boxing Day can be used to, foster peace, unity, and togetherness in our country?
So, you see, if it is associated with giving and charity, then naturally it will bring about peace. For example, if for any reason me and you have been having issues, and then during Christmas like this, I decided to come up with something as a gift to go give you. Now, whether you will take it or not, that is another case. But if I take a gift to somebody who has not been in talking terms with me, the person will be grateful for it. And that will bring about peace. It will send signal to say that, oh, I have totally misunderstood this person, and this is not who he is. So I want to believe that no matter how wicked someone can be, if you are able to extend the hand of fellowship, the hand of giving, it will really bring about peace. And then let me emphasize that at this time, Christians, Muslims, and other religions, we exchange gifts without remembering the religion that we came from. Gift, cooked food, uncooked food is shared. I believe that in the process of doing that kind of activity, it will foster peace. And really, as a nation, we need peace. If Nigeria must progress, if Nigeria must become what we want it to be, we must establish peace. We must make effort and make sure there is peace. Because Jesus Christ, according to the prophecy, unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder. He will be called Wonderful Counselor, Prince of Peace, Everlasting Father. So if Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace, you can't be celebrating Christmas without actually ensuring that you foster peace among people around you. So peace is part and parcel of what Christmas is all about. We really cannot take away peace from it. So as Christians listening to us, you must make effort and make sure that at this Boxing Day, even though the day is gradually winding down, you can still place a call to somebody and say, please, this, let's forgive one another. You can still forgive somebody. You can still show love. You can still ensure that we have peace. Because without peace, sincerely, we're going nowhere. Without peace in our nation, investors can't come in to come and invest. So we need it more than anything.
So, having talked about giving material things, beyond material things, are there some kind of gift that we can give to one another that is not materialistic, and it can still be termed, boxing?
Yeah. So if you listen to what I've said, I'm talking about gifts that are non-material. So if you forgave somebody, you have given him a gift that is not material. And forgiveness is essential. Essential in the sense that whether you like it or not, somebody is going to offend you. Right? Your spouse, your children, friends, colleague in a place of work like this will in one way or the other offend you. Human beings are not perfect. Now, if they offend you, if for any reason you have decided not to forgive them, can I at this point in time emphasize that, please, in the spirit of the Boxing Day, one of the gifts you should give to people who have offended you is forgiveness. Because if we don't forgive one another, God is not going to forgive us. Another gift is the gift of love. You don't necessarily have to give material things. There are things you will do that will actually show that you actually love this person. Again, these are the things we're expected to do. So, in other words, imbibing the virtue of Christianity at this time is actually something you can give to somebody. We all know what Christianity emphasizes: peace, love, gentleness, patience, joy. All of these things are emphasized in Christianity. They are fruit of the Spirit. And so if you are a Christian and you cannot give any of these things, then I'm sorry, you are derailing from what Christianity is all about. You should review your Christianity. Exactly.
We'll take a short break now. The program will continue after the break. Don't go away.
The implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow under digital economy for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different? We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that are questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, you see that we are all around their own crannies and everywhere in Nigeria, telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Today. Welcome back. this is still Nigeria today. We're talking about the Boxing Day. And of course, I have here with me in the studio a gentleman. And, Reverend Canon Smart, we talk so much about, non-material things like love, forgiveness, and all of that. Now, how can the spirit of giving associated with Boxing Day be adapted and integrated into, existing Nigerian cultural practices?
Oh, okay. I must say that giving is something that is thought in Christianity. Giving is part and parcel of Christianity. In fact, we cannot do without it. It is something that we are teaching. Like the scripture will say, give and it will be given to you. Double measure, pressing down and running over, and will be added to your bosom. So it tells you that when you give, you also stand to receive. So how can we make sure that this is seen in our lives, this is integrated in our day-to-day? We have to continue to teach it to people. I know that in Africa, and particularly in Nigeria, giving is actually our culture. We are not like the Westerners, where you have to budget everything before you can give. If somebody plays a call to you because the person has not initially told you about that challenge, you won't respond to it. You know, that is not our culture. Our culture here is the culture of giving. And the religion, the major religion in this country, both Christianity and Islam, I know that giving is part and parcel of that religion. So what we need to do to integrate it is to make sure that we continue to teach it, we continue to emphasize it. Now, how do we teach it? It starts from our family, our children whom God has given us. We have to start to teach them the culture of giving. And as they are growing up, they will grow with that mentality. And then when they are adult, it's not something they will struggle with, because it's something they have been taught right from the time they are growing up. Also, churches and mosques must continue to teach these things so that giving can be part and parcel of what we do on a daily basis.
I also want you to talk about this issue of still on giving, giving, but this time time. Because you see, this era of technology, quite a lot of people are stuck to their phones. Some people don't even have, some parents even don't have the time to even give to their children because of technology. I want to talk more on it, because it's causing a lot of problems in families.
Sincerely, time is one of the essential thing God has given to mankind. Time. And we all know that people will tell you that we are hustling to be able to meet up with family responsibilities. As the day is breaking, you're up, you've gone to go hustle, depending on what you do. And it is good, because the Bible emphasizes that you should work. He who will not work should not be given anything. If you are not working, it means laziness. It brings about irresponsibility. You have to work with your hands to be able to cater for family and friends. However, at this point in time, particularly a time of holiday, it's important that we should spend time. Like today, throughout today, I've been indoor with my children, playing with them, bringing myself to whatever level I think I should, so that we just stay together, relax and all that. And parents all over the place, we want to encourage that spend time with your children. And there is something about family. As your children are growing up, it is at this time that you'll be able to spend time with them. Once they have started to go to university for their studies, from there to NYSC, perhaps from there they will get work. Before you will be seeing them becomes a challenge. So now is the time to create bond. So not only children, husband and wife, it's also time to spend. It is good that we spend time together. And then talk about technology. Technology is good, and as good as it has caused a lot of harm than good. That you see people staying in the same room, the same house, but they're actually not talking with one another because they are all busy with their phones. Sincerely, it has taken away time. It has taken away bonding. It has taken away communication between couples in the family. And if attention is not given, if we don't pay attention and we are deliberate to say, this time is for me to discuss with my spouse or my children, and then you leave this gadget aside, then it becomes a problem. Let me mention one app to say Facebook, for example, is having a place where you can set a time. Okay, between so time to so time, I will be on Facebook, and when it is the time you have set, it goes, it automatically turn off. Some people don't know that you can actually do this. You understand? Once it turn off, it is telling you that you have spent so much time. So every day I'm able to track how many hours I have spent on Facebook. It's important that you should know the hours you are spending on these things so that you'll be able to strike a balance. Otherwise, you're going to have problem. You are in the family, you are with the children, you are with your spouse, but actually you are not together. And if you don't teach them now, you don't spend time with them now, when they are gone, they are gone. And when you are getting old, you will regret the fact that you didn't make good use of the time you're supposed to spend. So the issue of time, sincerely, is very, very important. Please, let's give time to one another. Thank you.
Because if you miss it, just like you said about the children, if you miss it, you will even have the time to instill some,
of course,
some of these values in them. And we say, okay, they are the leaders of tomorrow, the future of our great country. But then if you don't have time to give them some of these, to instill some of these values into them, definitely you're heading for social disaster.
Exactly.
Now that brings me to my next question. How can we use the concept of Boxing Day to raise awareness about social issues, and of course they encourage charitable giving, within Nigerian communities?
Yeah, we know that Boxing Day is just one day. I don't know. Let me talk about 12 hours because the other 12 hours is night. So you have only 12 hours to be able to do all that you need to do within the Boxing Day. And so you don't have to wait until it is the Boxing Day really to be able to do some of these things. Some of the things we have emphasized. Now, January is not far away, maybe 4 days from here. From January, let us begin to practice the act of boxing, Boxing Day, the spirit of Boxing Day, which we talk about charity, we talk about giving, we talk about shopping, we talk about family bonding, we talk about reflecting on the essence of Christmas. So you start early. Start to teach people early.
And make it your everyday life.
Exactly. So make it everyday life. It becomes very, very easy. I know that churches, I can't say for the mosque very well, but for churches I know that they have food banks and all that, where they can give people assistance and welfare and all that. And I believe we will also have it in other religions. So it's something that we should continue to do. And then when it is Boxing Day, it will just be the climax.
The climax of it all. Thank you so much, Reverend Canon Smart Sunday Simon, the Vicar and Chaplain, the NTA Chapel of Resurrection, Gariki, Abuja. Thank you so much for coming to the program and sharing so much information with us. And thank you for being part of the program. I'm Ikaria Clinton. Goodbye.